Hello friends, Deja Vu. We've got the 1968 Drip Edge Blackline Super Reverb back here from the owner. No, there's nothing wrong with any of the work we did. Instead, the owner is looking to have more work done. So first and foremost, we've got all of these coupling caps which were replaced with these Vishay MKT 1813s. And the owner was interested in finding and sourcing some blue moldeds to replace specifically the coupling caps here, 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 and here. So I was able to source those for him, which is awesome. And we'll be swapping those in. And then he also wanted to move forward with a master volume mod. So this amp already has a hole right here in the chassis. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. So we're going to try and utilize that. I'm not sure if there's enough space. We'll have to see. But we'll start there. And he wants to install a LARMAR master volume, which means we'll be removing those two 220K resistors there, replacing it with the dual gain pot, and then also updating the wires that are going under the board here, going to there and there, and instead we'll have wires going to the pot itself. So I've shown how to do this on Super Reverbs before, but we'll run it back with this one. So let's get to work. Out of curiosity, I think I'm going to run a loop through the amp into the aux box and record it real quick before and after, just to see if there's any noticeable change. We're not doing it for a tonal change, right? I'm not saying these caps sound bad. These are very good, high quality caps. This is purely being done just to restore the amp in a sense. So that's why we have those caps, but it is kind of interesting. So I'd be curious to see if there's a difference. So I'll record a loop real quick, just run one of my basic loops you guys have heard before, and then we'll get to work and then do another loop. So let's get to it. Beautiful, blue molded swap all done. So now we can go ahead and record it, see if we hear any difference. All right, that was interesting. Maybe, hopefully, I don't know. Obviously, for me, in real time as I'm recording this, I just did the swap, and there was some time between the first recording and the second, so I'm not exactly sure what the difference is. It seemed like there might have been some differences, you know, maybe in the compression in the top end a little bit. It even sounded like the gain was a little different to me, but I'm going off memory, and there's been quite a lot of time between the first and second portion. So you guys will have just heard it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'm interested to hear myself to see if there was a difference or not. Either way, it is back to how the amp should have been, and these caps have already been tested, by the way, so they're good to go. They're not leaking, and they're dead on the money within like 5% of the rating. So really, really great caps. So now we got to turn our attention over to the master volume install. Slide the amp over so we can get a better look at working area. So these two 220Ks are going to be replaced again by a dual gain 250K pot, and then wires from here, here, and here will be run to the pot, and then 2 wires from the pot will then be going to pin 1, which is then connected to the grid, pin 5, through a 1.5K grid stop resistor. So let's go ahead. We're going to have to disassemble this area, rip all this stuff out, and get to work. So I just want to go ahead and check for negative voltage. So we should be seeing it right here when we turn the amp on. And then we'll check it at the pot and the tube socket. So just make sure it's all working its way through. So let's go ahead and turn the amp on. Okay, that's good. 43. Okay, and let's make sure we're seeing it at the pot itself. We are. Okay, cool. So now I can confirm it's safe to put the tubes back in. So we'll go ahead and grab the tubes. Now we can go ahead and hear what it sounds like. So I'll just run the loop through it again probably and just show the range. It never really comes across as well, you know, the volume difference when you're recording through the aux box versus through the cab in person. So we'll keep that in mind as you guys are listening, but regardless, very, very happy. Well, there you guys go. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and until next time, see ya. Two otherwise identical 1968 drip edge blackline supers. Both have black base circuits inside. So let's see what they sound like, starting with the one on the right. Switch. Switch again. One more time. fascinating how different they are.